Hello, it's Anne Murphy here. How are you today? I'm in for my weekly live Q&A, and today I want to talk all about how to take the sleaze out of selling. So you're in business, and you are in business because ultimately you want to create an income for yourself. So basically you have to sell something. You have to sell a service or a product, and you don't want to come across as sleazy or pushy. And I want to use a quick example of how this works and how it can be improved, but also share 4 quick tips with you about what you can do instead to take that sleazy feeling out of the whole sales process and ultimately make more sales. So imagine you're a used car salesman and you're probably on a very low monthly retainer, and you make your money by commission by selling cars. So you'll do whatever you can to get that person into their office and tell them, we'll go into the office and work out a few figures, and you'll do your sales pitch, and you'll try everything in the book to make that sale. And coming from a customer's perspective, you've kind of got this preconception already about wanting to buy a used car. You'll see so many people at car lots on the weekends when the salespeople aren't there, because you just have this feeling that you're going to be pushed into buying something you don't really want to buy, but ultimately you do really want to buy a car. So if you were a salesperson who had a different idea or a different concept about selling, that you really wanted to provide a car to the customer that met all their needs, that was going to, if they wanted it to be able to drive on dirt, on sand, like a 4-wheel drive, or if they wanted it to be economical on fuel because they do a lot of driving around town, or if they wanted it to be reliable for going on long trips, whatever it is. If that salesperson really took notice of what the person was saying, really listening to them, really being genuine about providing that car that they wanted, and listening to them, answering their questions, providing the answers to those questions, and then saying, well, I'll leave you alone to make a decision. This is what we have on offer. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to ask. Wouldn't you be more inclined to think, well, we really like this car that he showed us, and he answered all the questions. Maybe we might take it for a test drive, and allow the customer to make that decision instead of being pushed into it. Wouldn't you feel as the customer that you would have a better experience? And also, if you sealed the deal, if you were the car salesman and you sealed the deal, wouldn't you feel like you were creating a relationship with that customer for return customers, so that they would be the first place that they would come the next time they were going to buy a car? Wouldn't that be better? So ultimately, selling and making sales is all about the experience and the relationship that you have with your potential clients. And this can take time to develop. You can't just grab someone new off the street or off the internet and say, well, look, buy from me now. You have to create a relationship with them. And that's what you do as a business owner, and that's what we have the ability to do online. We can show people who we are in Facebook Lives, on Insta Stories. We can share social media posts, blog posts, to explain what we do and how we can help people and to solve their problems. So it's all about building that relationship first and answering questions. So here's 4 of my quick tips for taking that sleaze out of selling, because you do want to tell people what you do and how much it costs and how they can work with you. But let's take it back a little bit further, a step back, and talk about that, building that relationship first. So you need to build rapport, and it's like any new relationship with anyone, whether you're in business or not. You want to be able to build rapport with your ultimate clients and nurture them and listen to them, listen to what their problems are, Do you have the product that's going to help solve their problems? Are you genuinely listening to their questions and their problems and providing those solutions? It doesn't always have to be about, well, I hear you've got a problem, here's my product. Answer their questions. And the more that you can build on that rapport, the more that the person's going to hang around and wait for you to they'll want to know more. Always ask open-ended questions too. So when they're asking you something and you reply, ask the question, is this what you needed to know? Instead of saying, well, I know you've got that problem, here's my product. Ask, is there anything else you need to know? Did that answer your question? So you're always, pardon me, I'm going to sneeze. Always build rapport with your potential clients and customers first before you hit them with that sale. Number 2, practice active listening. And this is a great way for anyone in business, whether they're a client or a partner or someone you want to work with. Always, and even as a parent, practice active listening. I can remember many years ago I read a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People, and someone in the book had quoted that the best form of communication is to listen and to be a good listener. And that couldn't be more true, because the more that you can listen to what someone's saying without trying to interrupt them, without trying to come over the top of them, the better that they can open up to you and talk to you, and to talk to you about their problems. It's the same with children, where as parents we're always so quick to instill discipline or to say that they're wrong or whatever. But as a business owner and someone who has products or services to sell, when you're actively listening to your customers and what they're saying and what their problems are, you'll start to understand what they need help with and provide those solutions for them and offer them. Another form of practicing active listening is to validate them. So when they say that they've got this problem, repeat that to them. Acknowledge that you're listening to what they're saying. So it means that they're being understood and they're being heard. And there's nothing more empowering to a person when you're communicating with them that they are being heard. So that was number 2, practice active listening. Pardon me. Number 3, sell the transformation, not the service or the product. So when you're selling, you want to be talking about how that person is going to feel, how your product or service is going to make people get from A to B. So something like a health coach, obviously, you can't just come in, or a fitness coach can't come in all guns blazing saying, my program is the best program out there. I've helped so many women lose weight and get fit. Talk about how you're going to make them feel. I'm going to help make you feel like you've got more energy. I'm going to help you get from feeling sluggish and tired to feeling more alive and more able to play with your children, or have more energy in your day. If you're a business coach, you can say, I can help you. You could say, I'm going to help you create 10K months, or you could say, I'm going to help you build a business that's going to allow you the freedom to not have to work 9 to 5, to have the money that you can spend on yourself or your family, to go on vacation. So whatever that transformation is that your business sells, that's what you should be focusing on, not the actual product. So talking genuinely about how to, being very genuine in your sales process always helps to sell that transformation. And it's also another important thing is to focus on them and not on you. So it's always so easy to say how, well, I was overweight and really sluggish, and then I started doing this, so that's why my program works. Talk to your clients, talk to your potential clients, whether it's in a group setting or one-on-one. and say, what's the problem that you're having? Let's talk about how I might be able to help you solve that problem for you. Not how it worked for me, but it's all about your customer, not you. And the fourth one, the sale comes long before you actually talk to your client. So it's all about those three things that we talked about before. It's about building that relationship on social media, inviting people to sign up to your email lists, and sending emails out to your clients talking about programs that you've got coming up, free advice, offering value. Long before you can make any sale, you need to have built that rapport with your clients. The more value that you can provide, the better relationship you will have with them as an ongoing relationship. And I know that I've been in this business as a coach for 12 months and have created many genuine relationships with people who haven't. Some have gone on to buy my products and some haven't, but there's still this genuine rapport there that they know that they can come to me for advice, which I'm happily open to giving. And then when they're ready, if there's something that I'm selling that they need, that they will help solve a problem for them, well, I would hope that they would then know, they would trust that I am able to help them with that product. So think of the long-term gain that you're going to get by building that relationship with your potential clients. And this also applies to products as well. You often see Facebook ads, Instagram ads of particular products, pardon me, like it could be anything from a food delivery to a skincare solution or whatever it is. If you do sell products, it's always better to show how they work before people buy it. Don't just share a picture and say, this is the type of nappy I use, this is the type of skin moisturizer that I use for myself. Use it, use the product, show people how it works, whether that's a 2-minute tutorial on YouTube that you share on Insta stories or Facebook Lives. Always try to show that product in action, and you'll be building that relationship with clients, getting more followers, and then they'll see the transformation of how that you've used it on your skin, or how that kitchen tool can help make their preparing their food easier, whatever the problem that you're solving is. When they're seeing it, that's how selling products can help you get more sales. So I hope you've enjoyed this, my weekly live today. Selling doesn't have to be sleazy. It's all about building relationships with people, being confident in yourself that you know that you've got the products that will solve, products and services that will solve people's problems. And don't be afraid to ask for the sale. Don't be afraid to say, well, this is what I do to help people get from A to B. People follow you as a business owner, and they expect to know what you sell. If you don't tell them, there's no way of them knowing. So never be afraid to sell. Don't think of it as a sleazy process, and enjoy the process and enjoy building that relationship first, because you never know, you could have some amazing relationships develop, which I feel I have in my business, and have had many return customers, which is wonderful, and I genuinely love helping them. That's why I am in business, so it doesn't have to feel like a chore. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will catch you again next week for my regular weekly live Q&A. Thanks. See you later. Bye.